Good afternoon, everybody. I wanted to pop in and do another page in my little fall art book, art journal. I guess it would be nice if I showed you something cute. The one I did the other day was called Adventure, and I'm going to work on a new one. Well, it would help if I did this right. I just don't want all that white showing in the gutter of my page, so it's way easier to just get rid of it right now. My table scatter has decided to scatter itself all over. Well, that's not the way that goes. Well, gotta pay attention to what I'm doing here. Alrighty. We're gonna just put this on here. And again, I'm gonna use my Yes paste. I did put some wax paper on it because I had begun to worry a little bit about the top surface sticking if I wasn't careful. So if you haven't used Yes paste, I didn't use mine for a long time. I really do like it when I want it to not be all wet. It's not perfect for everything, and you certainly do not need very much of it. Now, I did find that I don't like to try to get it off of my craft mat. It's very difficult to get off of there, so I have just been using wax paper, which I can then pitch out, because if it gets stuck on something, it does not come off. So the big thing is getting it all along the edges. And I know you watch me do this every day, but as part of it, there we go. Uh-oh. I think I better get new wax paper. I just turned that the wrong direction. Okay. Let's put this down before we have issues because we didn't get it down in time. And I usually use a card. You don't want to put your base paper right in the gutter. You want to leave a little tiny fraction of room, just so that the hinge and your spine have some room to bend back and forth. Now then. Okay, let's get this out of the way. And then I usually just turn this over and tear this off. Now that time I did get quite a bit of Yes paste on there, so I'm going to need to be careful where I lay that. because if I want to use it later, I need to let it get dry first. Okay, and I think we'll go ahead and ink the edges. I've been using this Vintage Photo, and it's a nice rich brown to distress the edges. And I'm having to be a little careful here in the gutter area because I got some Yes paste over there. Sorry if I got it off the camera. Okay. All right. Now then, I have these, I embossed several things. This one's like a long viney thing, and I'm going to ink it a little bit. Let's see with what. I think we'll try this. I have more than one of these made because I wasn't sure what color I would want to do this with. And this is Bundled Sage. And you just want to sort of be, oh, I've got ink somewhere. It probably came off of the bottom of the ink pad. And I am just swirling the little dauber around. I'm not trying to daub it, I'm just trying to swirl it around. And it's getting out here on the edge, but I'm not really worried about that. I just want to bring the design out some more. As a matter of fact, I think I'll bring it out a little bit. There we go. Okay. For supposedly coming off of there easy, they do not come off easy. Now that, I'm just going to tear this off. And I think, even though this piece, we made it green, I think I'm going to ink the edges of it with our Vintage Photo to tie this little element to the page. And I didn't tear it across the top. I haven't decided on that yet, but I'm going to put it at the top of the page, I think. So go. And I think I need to distress the edge a little bit. I don't want it, I want it to be sort of straight, but I don't want it to be just scissor straight. Like I cut it. There we go. Yeah. Again, it just helps to tie things to the page when you, or that's my thought on the subject, is that when you distress the edges of it, besides aging it, grunging it up, it just kind of gives it a little bit of, and I'm just going to use my aqua glue, my liquid glue. As I've said before, embellishments tend to need to be put down with some kind of liquid glue. Glue stick doesn't really hold them well enough. And I'm just getting a little here and there in the middle. Okay. I got this out of a little local paper. It's just a little row of pumpkins. It was, and I thought it went with the vine. It was just, what do I want to say? It was just in an advertisement, and it's a little tiny paper that, you know, freebie paper that you pick up. And I think, since it's newsprint, that I am going to put it down with glue stick. This extreme glue should hold it in place pretty well. And you know that I use a magazine or catalog whenever I'm doing glue stick, and that way I can get glue clear out to the edges. My fingers are all sticky now. And then I got these the other day, and I thought I would tuck one in. Ooh, it went down real. Okay. These are just, they call it table scatter. I didn't know anything about it. It's like giant confetti. I had never seen it before, and I guess I'd never paid attention to it before is the deal. Not that I hadn't seen it, I just had never paid attention to it. I am just loving this little book. It's just the perfect thing to have a few minutes playtime in. You know, maybe I should have used tacky glue on that. We'll just, sorry for my head, guys. I just put a dot of tacky glue under there because that slippery stuff might not stick with that other. Okay. I like it. Now we need a little saying, and I have to tell you that earlier let's close this. I like to close it while I'm not working on it so that it can hold all of the elements down. Close it and put a little bit of weight on it. Earlier I did several of these little rub-ons because you guys know I've been having trouble with them. And I wanted to have them ready for today. And I hadn't decided which one I was going to use. But I want to show you what I learned. Let's just take this one off of here. It says Finders Keepers, which I kind of like. It's cute. Okay. I have been doing these down here on my table, and I was having a terrible time with them. Okay, so on my table, besides my craft mat, I have you have to take off the little white piece of paper. Sorry guys, the backing piece of paper has got to come off. It doesn't work at all if you don't. But I have my craft mat, and then I have several layers of paper. And I had been working on these, and you guys know I was rubbing and rubbing and rubbing, and they were not sticking. It dawned on me maybe that there's too much give even in those few layers of paper. So this is just a metal box that my little stamp pads are in. And now I'm not going to tell you it was easy to get them down. They still are not my favorite thing. I will not get any more. But being on the hard surface, seemed to help a lot. See there? So the softness of, even though there's just a few layers of paper in there, that little bit of softness seems to have made a huge difference. And so if you're having trouble with these things, you might try getting something hard. Like I said, that's a metal box, and see if that doesn't help. So now we have to decide which saying we want to use. And I don't know, it might be cute to use the Finders Keepers. I like that kind of. I think I'm going to cut it like a little flag, like I did, or I think it's called a flag. Banner, like I did one the other day. Which means I need about 1/4 of an inch, and then I just cut a little triangle out of the end of it. I think we're up to page 7. Not sure, I'll have to count here in a minute. And then let's see what color background we want for this, because I don't think I want black. This page doesn't really fit with black. So let's see what other colors we had. I'm thinking this green. And that means we need about that much. And again, I'm going to just cut my little triangle. That one didn't cut so well, so I'm going to have to try again. It didn't head for the middle, it headed for one side. There we go. There we go. And I'm not worried about it being perfect, but no, I want it to look cute. We are definitely not having fall. It was the heat index was again around 100 today. My husband had been out working and he just came in and said it was just too much. He just couldn't take anymore. It's just ridiculous. I mean, it's October and we are having 90-degree days and the heat index is well over 100. We've also had so much rain this year. Places like California are getting no rain and we are getting tons. So okay, I think that needs a little distress on the edges. It's gonna need more ink. Oops. It's not going to show real well that it's distressed. And I maybe should have distressed the cream a little. There we go. I'm just using the corner of my sponge to get into on the. Oh, let's see here. I wonder if that's all the way stuck down already. Not so much that I can't pick it up a little. Yep. I'll have to re-stick it a little bit, but that's okay. Finders keepers should be really tucked under, you know, and hiding just a little bit. There we go. Now then, let's see if this is, I think this is page 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yep, page 7. Wow, we're really accomplishing here. Okay, I'm going to put this in and just close the book. I think it came out real cute. I really like how it came out. So anyways, guys, let's find our little creativity book that's 1001 ways to creativity. At its best, creativity is inexplicable. Do not attempt to rationalize it. Just go with the flow. That's the best I can tell you. Just go with the flow. Anyways, guys, have a great afternoon. Have fun. Make some art. Enjoy yourselves. Bye-bye.